Hello everyone, welcome back to some bridge. Played in yesterday's Imp Daylong, did a video of that, and now I'm like, why don't I do more of this stuff? I do like playing bridge. So, playing in today's Daylong, which is a match point event of, I assume, 8 boards? Yes. Alright, we have a balanced 15 here in third seat. I don't see any excuse to not open one no trump, and usually you shouldn't be looking for such excuses anyway. You should love opening one no trump if you can find an excuse. Partner is transferring us to spades. We must obey, and that's the contract. What do we suppose West's suit is? Probably hearts, but that would give East like a singleton heart. Could be clubs, but then, you know, it's not that likely West is going to find a lead other than their long suit, right? Like the short king of hearts or something? I don't know. I'm just going to follow suit a couple times and see what happens. Yeah, West has 6 solid hearts. Okay. East has pitched 2 clubs. Now what? A diamond. So I almost feel like the ace of clubs and the queen of diamonds pretty much have to be with East. I don't know about the queen of diamonds, but the ace of clubs, surely. Because if West had 6 solid hearts and an ace, I think you'd be doubling rather than bidding 2 clubs. No guarantee that you're beating 1 no, but like you've got a shot. And if your partner has anything at all, you should beat it pretty comfortably. So I imagine East has pretty much any other card I'm looking for. I guess you put in the 9 of diamonds here, which most of the time won't matter, but if West happens to have 8-7 doubleton, then 9 forces 10, Jack forces Queen, and then the 6 is a winner when the 8-7 both fall. So unlikely, but may as well give it a shot. And it would be nice to finesse East in spades by leading the Jack from dummy. But like unless East, like I don't have the entries to do that. And even if I did, it would only work if East had Queen third and I had another entry to like finish drawing trump. So I think we're just going to play ace and then king of spades. The finesse against West could work if he has like queen third, but that's not super likely. And if West has like 3 small, I don't want this to go low, queen, diamond rough. Well, actually, that would be fine, wouldn't it? Yeah, why not? Because I'm losing the Jack of diamonds anyway. Okay. I mean, does this matter? I guess I'll play the queen. Oh, really? West had that ace, huh? So it may look like I lost a trick by losing the finesse in spades when I could have played king and then jack, drawing both the trumps and denying the opponent's diamond ruff. But in order to give their partner a diamond ruff, they had to give up a diamond trick, right? I'm still getting exactly 2 diamonds, the ace and a jack, whereas before I would have been getting the ace and the king. Makes no real difference. Down 1, though. No, East did have the ace, just ducked because it didn't matter. Okay, fine. Yeah, I don't think I could have done anything there. This is my decision point, right? I could have played ace of spades, king of spades, spade. Oh, East has to lead something, huh? A diamond is no good, and a club is no good. I think it does make a difference. Yeah, ace of spades, and it has to be a spade to the king. I didn't think about that. I knew East had no hearts and that East couldn't afford to lead a diamond. So I said, I don't mind a diamond ruff. But I didn't think about the fact that East also can't really lead clubs. Since, remember, I had placed East with the ace of clubs. West would have doubled if he had it, was my conclusion. So actually, if East does have queen third of spades, I can actually make the contract by playing king and a spade here. That would have been a better play. Still managed 61% somehow, but making it would have been quite good, I imagine. This is weak, right? I mean, it's unclear what Gibb thinks weak means, but we're not making any games with this hand. Even though we have quite a large club fit. Like 6-5, yeah. But we've got 3 aces to lose, and then possibly a diamond as well. So I'm glad we're no higher than 3. You could play a spade to the king, hoping West deducts the ace. But I think it's more profitable to try playing hearts and see if you can pitch the spade on a heart. Obviously, with perfect defense, none of this will ever work. And so it's a question of what mistake is the defense most likely to make. I think ducking the ace of spades is not super likely. Remember, West knows we have 6 clubs. So we need West to have the ace of spades and then to also make a mistake. Whereas if we play on hearts, the defense sort of has to guess which of spades and diamonds to attack, and if they get it wrong, I can pitch the spade loser. Oh, or they'll do neither. Nice. That's why we should lead the jack rather than the king, by the way, because the robot won't know for sure if he hoped his partner had the king of hearts, I guess, or something. So now we get to pitch the spade. And we can try to make 5? No dice. Still, making 4 should be pretty good. Since we have 4 certain losers. Or actually, yeah. Because even if you like never attack diamonds, and you get to pitch a diamond on a spade and a diamond on a heart, you still have to take the diamond finesse. So we have 4 certain losers here, and we only lost 3 of them, scoring above average. Very expected. This is 18. Pretty solid 1 spade opener. It may be tempting for a beginner to open a diamond, because your diamonds are substantially better than your spades, but you know, the systemic choice is 1 no trump, 1 spade, prioritizing majors over minors, and you know, your shape is more important than where your honors are, and the system devised to exploit, you know, the system everyone plays is designed to exploit the fact that majors score better than minors, and so they're emphasized in the bidding system. And so to show this shape, you should start with a spade. The question is, do you rebid 2 diamonds or 3 diamonds? We have 18, so we're kind of like a tiny bit light for 3 diamonds. You'd like 19. And, you know, the honors here are not so hot, necessarily. You want your honors to be in long suits. Like, if this ace of hearts were a small heart and we had the ace of spades instead of a small spade, that would be a pretty clear 3 diamonds, I think. Or, you know, likewise, if you moved the king of spades into king of clubs into spades, that would, I think, also be a clear 3 diamonds. Here, it is kind of nice to, like, emphasize, yeah, I really do like diamonds, I really do have a good hand. But I think if partner passes 2 diamonds, we won't be too worried about missing a game. So I think we can just afford a quiet 2 diamonds here, save some space. 2 hearts shows a weak hand with long hearts, which obviously I hate. Like, I think the modern style is to have at least 6 here, or a very good 5, but Gibb, I'm pretty sure Gibb does this with, like, king 5th, and I always want to strangle him every time. So we'll follow up with 2 no trump, showing a hand almost good enough to jump shift to 2 diamonds. I guess we could bid 3 diamonds, but I won't. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, he does have only 5, but they are very good. I think 2 hearts is excusable here. And I mean, we have 10 tricks, right? So, feeling pretty good about this. We could try to, well, okay. I mean, I guess hearts or diamonds, they could break, 5-0 or 5-2, and then we would have fewer tricks, but probably they're both coming in for 5 tricks. We could try screwing around, like lead a club, but there's a huge likelihood that we would take fewer tricks instead of more as a result, because the opponents would get to cash some large number of black suit tricks. If East has the ace king of spades and we get the clubs right, like let's say East has the queen and we run the jack, then we've broken even. Great. Anything worse than that and we're losing tricks, right? The advantage would be, okay, maybe, the low club to the king wins and then we cash our 10 other tricks. But that requires a defensive mistake. If we play any black card at all, they can take at least 3 tricks. So there's no way we could produce more than 10 by doing that, assuming best defense. All right, cash the king of diamonds first so you can finesse to the 9, although I guess that doesn't really matter. Because if the suit is 5... Well, no, 6... If the suit is 5-0, with West having all of them, you can finesse the 9, but then the diamonds are blocked, so you're still only actually winning 4 of them, so I guess it doesn't matter what you cash first. Moment of truth? Alright. I'll just claim 4 more tricks. I don't need to mess around. They're not going to give me a club or a spade. Easy spade overcall here. And absolutely going to stay out of it now. Clearly not our hand. It kind of looks most likely that partner has 2 small spades and declarer has king X. And if that is the case, it could be a little bit useful to play like the 9 here so that I preserve the ace for the second round. So partner can put me in with a spade and then I can lead the queen through declare and maybe give partner a trump promotion or something. However, with dummy having these trumps, I don't think partner can ever actually deserve a trump promotion. So I'm just going to play the ace here. Yeah, this is all consistent with partner having 7 deuce. But it's also consistent with partner having stiff 7. Like, it's possible, right? That partner has the 7 alone and declarer has played the 4 from king 4-2. So, really, I feel as though we ought to continue spades here on the off chance it accomplishes something. I don't think there's any urgency to attack hearts. Yeah. Alright, so as expected. I don't like that partner played the ace there. Because now my king-jack might drop. There was no urgency to attack hearts. I'm checked out on this hand. I'm just clicking cards. There's nothing I can do anymore. Whatever happens will happen. Great. I won a trick, but now I have to give them a rough slough or something. They already had the rough slough coming, so it doesn't matter. Alright. We took 3 tricks. I wasn't really watching. It didn't matter what I did after trick 2. And I don't think it mattered what I did on trick 1 or 2 either, to be honest. Well, actually, declarer did eventually set up some hearts, I think. So maybe if we ducked the spade, we wouldn't have won a spade trick. Yeah, it says you do have to win the ace there. Okay. 14 points. We open a club. I do say you should try to look for excuses to open one no trump, and this is only 1 point short. But I don't think there's really an excuse to upgrade this hand. Aces are nice, but yeah, we'll just bid a club. Great, I'm out of here. 3 no might make if they don't lead hearts. Even if they do lead hearts, it might make. If they don't lead hearts, it definitely makes 3 no. I wish we didn't play 3 clubs showing this hand because it's so. What did partner have after the last 1 club 3 clubs? Okay, so these are both like really good for a weak bid. 9 high card points and 5 card support. That seems a little strong to me. This one's 8 with 5 card support. I feel like you should do make it a little bit less pessimistic of a bid. Maybe I should just adjust my understanding of what 3 clubs is. Because, like, he describes it as, 5 or more points. I don't know. I don't think there's much to do here. Draw trump, play on spades. Does the order matter? You should probably draw trump first, so they don't rough stuff. Cash 1 in this hand first. In principle, the idea of that is, what if East has like a singleton jack? Then you can play low, jack, queen, and then you can finesse the 9 on the way back. But if East plays the jack, you actually shouldn't finesse, right? Because that would be the correct play from jack 10x. Which is more likely than singleton jack. So low to the queen is preserving your options, but it's an option you should never actually exercise, so it doesn't really matter what you do. All right, I'll lose 2 tricks, please. A diamond and a heart, and then I can rough the rest. Well, 3 no is making, so we're going to score pretty badly on that one, I think. The field is bidding 3 no there, even though it's, I don't think, a very good bid. And it leads to a contract that's fine, although not great, but happens to make, 40%. Not horrible. This is a hand, all right. 19 high card points. 1, 2, 3, 4 losers. I think you could open this 2 clubs. You could certainly excuse like a heart and then jump shift to 3 clubs. But if you're going to jump shift anyway, and you have a strong hand, sometimes if you're jump shifting into a minor, like, you could just bid 2 clubs, then the major, then the minor, and that accomplishes much the same thing. And ensures partner doesn't pass. On the other hand, like, one of the problems with opening 2 clubs is it takes up all this, I don't know. If the opponents can make a disruptive bid after your 2 clubs, like let's say it goes 2 clubs, 4 spades, you are really going to have a tough time finding the right contract. Whereas at least if you opened a heart, 4 spades, you could then double, and like partner has some idea what contracts to guess. So if 2 clubs, 2 hearts, 3 clubs, and 1 heart, 3 clubs both describe our hand about equally well, you might prefer to start with a heart. Like, if partner passes a heart, are we sad? Maybe. But maybe not. I think we can just bid a heart. Wow. Could probably double this. It's not that likely to make, right? Partner has doubled to show a good... Okay. A hand with heart support, but not good enough to raise my hearts. Fine. The opponents have found their way into spades, which I don't like at all. I don't really understand what Gibb thinks my 3 clubs is. I mean, he's describing it like a game try, which is a little weird, but okay. It's kind of what I want, I suppose. Punter's made a counter try. Alright, that's enough. I'll go to 4. Is this a cubit? It is. I don't think we're making a slam, though. Oh, man. Okay. It's getting exciting. I've shown quite a good hand, and that's what I have, and partner wants to double 4 spades. I guess that's fine. The guy with long spades is over here. East probably has like 3, but not that many. We have a lot of defensive tricks. I guess we go for the penalty. That's what partner wants. I can't say I disagree. So I'd like to... Like, just in case partner has, let's say, queen third of hearts or something, I'd like to not lead a heart. A club is pretty dangerous. And partner's counter try in diamonds does suggest possessing the queen, so it won't cost us anything to lead diamonds, right? If declare had, like, queen third, leading a diamond would cost a trick. But that shouldn't be the case, because partner bid 3 diamonds. Declare taking the deep finesse, and it holds. Partner's king fourth coming in, though. Probably, I would have to say. Does it matter? When could it be right to lead the queen of clubs? Like, it seems like most of the time it won't matter. Whoever has the queen of hearts is going to win it, right? I guess the time it could matter is if declarer is actually the one with the last spade. Because then declarer could pitch a heart and rough in hand. I think it's partner. In that case, the queen of clubs is harmless. But does the queen of clubs ever gain? I don't think so. If it could let partner pitch his last heart while dummy roughed, I think even then it wouldn't really matter. Yeah, okay, let's just play a heart. Whoever has the queen, which I imagine is declarer, wins it. Oh, it's partner! Oh my god, they're getting clobbered. Oh, it was declarer with the last. Okay, so it would have been quite a disaster to cash the queen of clubs at the end there. Right? We would have gone from 800 to 500, which is a lot worse. Indeed, we do have to play a heart there. Okay, and we get a 98 for, I mean, a lively auction, that's for sure. I tried to play 4 hearts. How would that have gone? Pretty well, I imagine. Not 98, apparently, but... It actually looks like we should make 6 hearts. Right? They don't have any roughs coming in time, and we can get to dummy with a diamond to the queen to take the heart finesse. Yeah. So you could make 1430 in hearts. I decided not to be that ambitious in the auction, and I, was rewarded, although I don't know, I mean, I'm much happier to be defending here than to be in 6 hearts, although if we were in 6 hearts, as it turns out, we could have made it. Another great hand, 18 points. Just open a spade, right? Fourth, I'm never like 100% clear on what you're supposed to have to bid a weak 2 in 4th seat. Obviously, the point of weak 2s is to preempt the opponents, to stop them from finding their best contract. so you do it with weak hands, right? But if you have a weak hand in fourth chair, you can definitely stop the opponents from finding their best contract by just passing, so you shouldn't use the weak 2 for that. So they're used instead for kind of one-dimensional hands that are well-defined. But I don't know exactly, like, you know, is it supposed to be like 10 to 15 points, very spadey? It's not this hand, to be clear. Our hand is too good for 2 spades. But I never quite know what actually is the right hand. You know, I've heard also some people say, you know, bidding 2 spades in 4th seat, obviously you need 8 tricks to make that contract. You should only do it if you can make like 7 tricks on your own and the hand is very spadey, like, you know, 6 solid spades and an ace or something. That's very well defined and helps partner raise you to game when it's right, but obviously makes the hand come up very rarely. So I don't know what standard is, but I'm going to just, it's obviously a spade here. And I'm happy to raise 3 spades to 4. No questions there. Well, I think I've guessed what West's minor is. It appears to be clubs and not diamonds. And so we could probably take a club finesse and pitch a diamond on it, right? But it is a little dangerous. West doesn't have to have the king. And equally, we could, like, play a diamond up to the jack, since West is short, East probably has the ace and the queen. We still have a diamond loser, even if East has the ace-queen, though, because when we lead the 10 from dummy, East could hop, and then we can't get back to dummy necessarily, right? So the club finesse, I think, is actually producing a trick. The danger is that it might lose. So the line I'd like to take is ace of hearts, heart ruff, jack of spades. It's tempting to cash the ace of spades first in case West has a singleton queen. But if West has a void, well, wait a minute. So if we're roughing a heart in dummy, we can only lead spades twice from dummy. If West has a singleton, we only need to finesse East once. If West has a void, we need to finesse East twice. So this isn't... There's a common, I don't know, like a Bridgemaster problem, you know, a problem in books about, yes, often you should cash the ace first. Like, let's say you were playing a suit with, like, ace, king, jack, 10, fourth, opposite 4 small. You're going to finesse the queen, but you might as well cash the ace first and see if you can drop the queen. And then if that fails, you can just finesse twice. If you don't have that many cards in dummy, though, not enough cards to finesse enough times, you need to... It's better to just finesse... To only finesse, to not try to cash the ace first, because it's more likely that the opponent has a small stiff and you need to finesse multiple times than that they have the stiff queen and that playing the ace first would have been better. So that happens when you're like 6 across 2. And I was thinking the same thing applied here, 6 across 3, but we're roughing 1. But that's not true, because we never need to finesse East more than, well, if we need to finesse East twice, it's because West has a void. And if we need to finesse East once, it's because West has a stiff. And in this case, the stiff is actually more likely. Like, there are more small stiffs. But... So cashing the ace is an improvement over finessing twice. If West has the stiff ace, queen, stiff queen. And it's worse if West has a void. Yes. And I believe the stiff queen is more likely than a void, right? Usually it's like, okay, you're comparing small stiff to void, or small stiff to stiff queen, and there's way more small stiffs than there are stiff queens in that other layout I was talking about. But there's the same number of stiff queens as there are voids, right? They can each happen only one way. And any 5-0 distribution is less, or 4-0 distribution is less likely than any particular 3-1 distribution. So West is more likely to have stiff queen than a void. And so we actually should cache the ace of spades first. Interesting. Punished. I guess there is... Okay, I mean... We do know from the auction West is likely to be short. But I think voids are still substantially less likely than singletons. This is actually interesting. Let me... I know there's... Richard Pavlicek has like a bunch of bridge-related calculators on his website. I've already played, you know, the suit combination, so let's see. Can we get suit break calculator? Is that what I want? I think so. So let's see. I can get this on screen here. You can't see the top of this, huh? Because I cropped the top of the page for my BBO thing. But it's fine. You can see what matters. So West, so there's this concept called vacant spaces, which is what this text here says, in case you can't read it. You can, barely, I guess. So when trying to calculate probabilities of, like, okay, the opponents have 4 spades, how likely is it that West has 2 or that West has 3 or whatever? Vacant spaces are an important concept. We know 5 of West's cards are definitely hearts. So West has 8 vacant spaces. East, we really have no idea. You know, East could have up to, like, you know, there's no one suit that we can say East definitely has some of those. In fact, we could say West only has 3 vacant spaces, because we know 10 of West's cards are not spades. Yes, I think this is true. So looking at this, I'm suddenly like, oh wow, maybe a void is pretty likely. How many cards are missing? 4. There are 4 spades, the suit in question. So tell me about this, please. Yes. Okay, so this is the table I was hoping for. Let's see what it says. So West could have 1 card 47% of the time. That card will be the queen 11% of the time. 12, let's say. Oh yeah, so I'm way off here. Because West will be void 40% of the time. That's way higher than I thought. So it's true that West still is more likely to have 1 card than 4. Than 0, I mean. But only if that card is the queen was my play correct. And that will happen only 12% of the time. So this was an error, a misplay for which I am being punished. Okay, that's cool. Good to know. Yeah, I should have thought a little bit more about actual vacant spaces as opposed to just like, well, I know West is long in something. The fact that he only has 3 vacant spaces is a huge... So if we say, actually, we have no idea how things are going to split, right? Let's say we did this. How often would... Actually, I bet it's probably... Well, let's see. West could have 0 10% of the time. And West could have the stiff queen 6% of the time. I actually thought this number would still be higher than the void number. Because isn't any specific... I guess not. I thought any specific 3-1 split was more likely than any specific 4-0 split. But I guess what that means really is like that it's more likely for West to have 1 card than to have 0. Not that it's more likely for him to have any specific card than to have none of them. Okay, interesting. So this isn't the end of the world, because we can still pitch a heart on a club play, like finesse the club here, and not ruff a heart. And we'll just like lose 2 diamonds, I guess. Yes, East does well to duck here. I guess it doesn't matter, actually. So we imagine West has like 3 diamonds. West has pitched a diamond, so like probably whatever West's diamond holding is, it's one where the way we play diamonds doesn't matter. Like, we're not going to play the king dropping the stiff queen. We're not going to play low dropping the stiff ace. Okay, East had the ace and queen. Oh, yeah, what a joker. Let me win the 7. I'm still going to have to lose the king and the jack. What a funny guy you are. All right, I mean, making 5, not the end of the world, but more accurate play, I would have made 6, I think. Well... No, because I still have to lose 2 diamonds. Don't I? Because I have to use my dummy entries to finesse. I can't use any of them to lead a diamond up. And so even if I take the club finesse successfully and pitch a diamond, I still have to lose 2 diamonds. Okay, so I wasn't punished. And we got a 75 here. Wow, look at that. Quite a shape. And a lot of players, humans, I think, might be tempted to bid in first position here because the hand is so shapely. But there's no good bid for this hand because it's so rare. You're definitely much better off passing and waiting until the opponent's bid something that gives you a chance to show extreme shape. For example, 1 spade, 2 spades. You know, it shows 5-5 and you have 6-6. So you don't get to show everything, but you get to show most of it with 1 bid that doesn't make your partner think you have a lot of honors. So I think this was definitely the right way for West to bid the hand. Coming back in at the 5 level would have been too much, but waiting for the chance to come in once at the 2 level, just right. We got 65, pretty good. What was my big error that I made somewhere? There was something, wasn't there? Oh, I didn't bid 3-no here. I mean, I think that was correct. It just, didn't work out. No big error there. Kind of got away with something here, right? The opponent's... Actually, I can only take 4 tricks. So I guess 3-no is just a guarantee. Very nice. But if the spades had been split, if West had any spade honors, we would be in some trouble. Well, no, because they have to cross over. They have to lead through the south hand several times. Oh yeah, this one. I dropped a trick here. Right. By not realizing I could have end played east. Neat. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.